Hi folks, Lauren here. I wanted to share with you this outstanding landing page for a workshop that one of my brilliant clients wrote. And this is the result. This is the end result of a Loom review. So she sent me the first draft and I gave her feedback. And then the next draft she sent me just to show me what she had done. It blew me away. And to the extent that this might change the way I approach workshop sales pages or workshop landing pages for the rest of ever. So I wanted to share this with you because maybe you can take something from it as well. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this gorgeous page. So this is a landing page. It is and landing page, sales page are used interchangeably. But sometimes we're not selling something, we're not asking for money. We are delivering something that is free, but we still have to get people to sign up for it. And that's what the case is here. She's offering a free, you might call it a free webinar, but it's a free workshop and it's going to be live. She might pre-record it in the future, but for now it's a live workshop. And this is the sales page to sign up. Now it's free, so it's not actually a sales page. So we'll call it a landing page, at least until I forget. So Slow Living Liberation, that is the name of her business. And then she tells you what this actually is, a gentle introduction to slow living workshop. Cool, clarity right up front. We know what this is. So if you know me, if you've ever heard me talk before, you know I love a three-part framework for giving all of the information that you have to know above the fold. And the three-part framework is this: what it is, who it's for, what it helps them do. So what we know here is what this is. It's a slow living workshop. She still manages, even though it's not in the tagline, she still manages to get who it's for and what it helps them do above the fold because we've got all of this space for text. She does it really subtly and really beautifully, and it feels so good. So I'm gonna try to read it. Not as beautifully as she would because she has just a stunning voice, but I'm gonna try to do it justice. Pause for a moment and ask yourself. Please note that this is not Imagine If. If you've followed me for 5 minutes, you have probably heard me rant about how much I do not like Imagine If anywhere on a sales page or a website or anything that's intended to sell. This is such a delightful departure that still asks you to get in touch, like actually feel into this. And I like it so much better. It's much fresher than Imagine If, which has been used since the 1930s and is very tired now. So pause for a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time you simply existed without worrying, doing, striving, or rushing? Don't you just want to take a deep breath right here? I do. When was the last time you allowed yourself to rest and just be? Cue hysterical laughter because it's been a while. If you find yourself here, then the answer is probably too long ago. So I'm going to ask you to do something radical. I love it when somebody asks me to do something radical. I get real excited. So I'm just like, yes, tell me more. Can't wait to see what she has to say next. I'm going to ask you to gift yourself 1 hour, a small pocket of time and space to relax with me as we explore what is depleting your energy, unravel the reasons behind your perpetual busyness, and gently introduce you to the possibility of a slower, simpler life. This is a free workshop, and I'm like, take my money. I'm so excited about this because she, without like hitting you over the head with it, Like, you're a woman in the Western world under a capitalist structure. You're fucking exhausted. Here's something for you. She doesn't do it that way. She offers this with the same energy and presence that she delivers to her paying clients. She's giving you a taste of what it feels like to work with her. And that is the whole point of a free workshop. That's the whole point of a freebie, to give the sample size taste of what it feels like to work with you. And that's what this page actually does. So this intro is super effective because it's actually giving me that calming energy. And it's also telling me who this is for: people who are exhausted, overwhelmed, struggling, striving, rushing around all the time, and what it's going to help me do. It's got everything, and it's so beautiful. So then she goes into her introduction, like who she is, why she's the one to be talking about this. So she's got her credibility statements, and then she's got this beautiful point of view piece. You have to release the guilt, shoulds, and stories that drive your exhausting pace. So notice this. This is a really good technique. This is slipping in the problem under the problem. So the problem that you're aware of is you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're rushing around everywhere, you don't have time to breathe. You fantasize about curling up in the fetal position in your closet so nobody knows you're there. That's the problem you're aware of. But the problem under the problem is something is driving that pace. And maybe some part of it is the cultural overstory, the Puritan work ethic, capitalism. Like, maybe it's that big, but there's also this piece of it that is the internalized stories that we tell ourselves about doing things for other people, being productive, giving, giving, giving. And she speaks to that just a little bit. And she'll talk about it more later, not on this page, but in her work. But you have to release the guilt, shoulds, and stories that drive your exhausting pace to be able to slow down. And now I'm intrigued because not only does she understand the problem I'm aware of, she understands the deeper, bigger context of that problem. So I'm like, yes, tell me more. So that's why I started this workshop as a gentle introduction to the inner work that makes slow and simple living possible and not just another thing you should do. Ouch. Like, that hits, that lands in a big way. Then she does this utterly genius thing. And this is what I would love to see this in every single freebie landing page from now until forever. This is what rocked my world and made me think I need to redo the way I write these, because I like this so much. What she's doing is a visual representation of what exactly you are going to experience in this workshop. So there's a lot of resistance built up with a lot of us consumers, because when we sign up for a free webinar or a free workshop, we expect about 50 minutes of hard sell testimonial bullshit and maybe 10 minutes of actual value. That's what we've been trained to expect by people who have been trained to deliver workshops that are actually sales calls. It's shady, and we're smart, we know that that's the jig. So when you do this builds trust. This says, this is what you're going to experience in this workshop. This isn't me selling at you for 50 minutes and then giving you what you actually want for 10. This is completely different. So yes, this workshop is a lot about the background philosophy of her work. She's preparing this expectation perfectly. So yes, learn the truth of slow living, like why it's hard, why we're addicted to busyness, the cause and effect of overwhelm. And then she has receive. This is what you're going to get. So you're going to learn this, you're going to get this. An energy inventory to tune into what fills your cup and depletes you. An energy inventory. That's pretty cool. I'm intrigued. Practical tips and strategies to support your transition to a slower, simpler life. Love it. Micro coaching, along with support from a group of like minded women. This is telling me that there is so much value packed in this workshop. She should be charging money for it, but I love that she's not, because this is how you build that client base that absolutely adores you, that talks about you to everybody that they know, because you're building a relationship and you are working with the law of reciprocity. If you know your Cialdini, if you know your marketing, you know reciprocity. When somebody gives you something of value, you feel like you want to give something back. So maybe that something is talking about her to your friends, giving her referrals. Maybe that's signing up for her newsletter. And maybe that's paying her to work with you. Either way, you're going to want to give back because she's giving so much, and that feels good to everybody. So, not to mention time to relax and enjoy an uninterrupted cuppa. That sounds great. I love that she does a fit check. This is not for everybody. This is for the right people for her, for what she does, who need her. You'll love this workshop if you're constantly overwhelmed and exhausted by the busyness and chaos of your life. Check. Looking to decrease stress and increase energy. Double check. In need of support to curb people-pleasing behaviors that drain you. Where's the camera in my house? Why are you watching me, Steph? You're eager to simplify your lifestyle to create space for more joy, deeper relationships, and purposeful work that fills you up. You're so done with running on empty. Boom. Did that get you? Because it got me. Like, it really got me. And now let's look at the other side. This might not be the right fit for you if. I love this is a fit for you if, and I love so much when it's not. You are not at all spiritual. Most of our work is practical and grounded in positive psychology, but the healing power of nature is also part of my practice. You're not really ready to practice saying no. I get it. No is scary. We can work up to it gently, but no is the protector of time and an important skill to master. So when you are crafting your own, this is a fit for you, this is not a fit for you, I want you to give sincere thought to what is the criteria for somebody to succeed with you? Like, what do they need to have, be, identify with? What do they need to be able to take what you have to give them and hit it out of the park? Because those are the people who are going to give you amazing referrals. They're going to come back again and again. They're going to want to work with you for weeks, months, years, forever, because you're able to give them amazing results. You cannot give everybody equally amazing results. There are some people who are going to be like super ready for it, and there are some people who are going to resist you every step of the way. There are some people who don't have the time. Sometimes they don't have the money. Sometimes they don't have the personality. Some, like, maybe the technical know-how to be able to work with you smoothly. There's so many criteria, what is the plural? That make somebody a great fit for working with you or not. What I do not ever want to see here is shaming. You will see this technique sometimes, not here, because Steph is amazing and brilliant and kind and wonderful. I love my clients so much. But you will see on some pages, this is not a fit for you if you don't take personal growth, your business, your life seriously. If you just want to like dick around, this is not for you. And that is so freaking rude, right? It's like, if you're not doing this my way, if you're not signing up for my stuff, you're obviously not taking anything seriously. And like, right? The vocal fry just creates itself. So that's the dirty way. Don't do that. Do this. Do this instead. Be like Steph. And then be sure to join us in a brave and safe space, which you have shown through your copy that this is going to be. I have absolute faith. Intimate online gathering. Spaces are limited to ensure individual connection and support. Yes, I'm going to hit register. Sign me up. I cannot wait for this. And I hope by the time you watch this, this is still available and you sign up too, because Steph is an absolute delight to work with. So thank you. Thank you for your time. And hopefully this inspires you to write a truly phenomenal landing page for your freebie.